No, that's out on purpose. Because otherwise the pee just, you end up with like a pool of pee.
Yeah.
So if I leave that plug out, as soon as we start moving, we flush the toilet.
Yum.
The tricks of the trade, man.
There's a reason why that's yellow right now, and I'm not cold.
Yo, what's up everybody? I hope everyone had a great time over the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, and all that jazz. I was hoping to dive way more than I did, but I was busy with family and ended up getting a cold halfway through my 2 weeks off. But I did make it out to Porlier Pass. I harvested up some blue mussels and had a cookout on New Year's Eve. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, follow along, peace and love. And without further ado, here is the trip. Hope you all enjoy. Is it too early for a camera in your face? Not too early?
No, it's not. Come on, 9:30. Like,
yeah, right? How's it going, Annette?
I'm good. You?
Not too bad, not too bad. We got Xerxes loading up the van right now.
Yeah.
We're heading out to Porlier Pass. We're gonna do some diving. It's such a beautiful spot. East to west, Fred, Lori, they're meeting up.
Nice.
I think we got TJ coming, and I'm not sure who else. I feel like there's one more person. What's up, Xerxes?
Hello.
Yo. All right, let's hit the road. Yo, what's up, buddy?
Hey, brother, how are you?
Good, man, good? Yeah, likewise. What's up, y'all? Right on time?
Hey,
that's a first. Fred's new boat. You've seen it once in one of my videos, but you get the tubes replaced. That thing's beastly. Joseph sharing the wild.
Happy New Year.
In the flesh.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you can give me one of those.
Yeah. There you go.
It's been a long time, man.
Once.
I think I only met you once, right?
Yeah.
I think that one dive years ago. That was like 4 years ago. We chat a bunch though.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, cool, man. Everybody's geared up and the boat is all packed away. We're gonna be launching it any second. Today I'm trying out this Bouchot little dive poncho. It's not great for changing, but it's made from neoprene, so hopefully we'll block some of that wind when we're on the water and keep me warm. All right, here comes the boat. Quick shout out to the boat owners out there. Boating is extremely expensive. Fuel is one small piece of the puzzle, not to mention all the responsibilities associated. Thanks, Fred, for bringing it out. Let's give her a little nudge. Overall, especially for December, we had pretty good conditions. Fred's boat cut through the minor chop, no problem whatsoever. The crew, everybody on board, including myself, were just really, really excited at this point to get in the water. We did notice the visibility looked a bit green, so Fred did one of his notorious visibility checks. On the surface, a bit green, but we were hopeful that the visibility would clear up once we hit the bottom, the depths. We are here, and it's slack right now. We were a bit late getting out of the parking lot. It's to be expected with large groups like this. Do you think we're gonna kill it?
Killing it.
Oh, no.
Killing it. We're just trying to find a spot to anchor. This was an exciting dive for me for two reasons. A, Porlier Pass, it's an awesome spot, as mentioned, one of my favorites in the Southern Gulf Islands, but I'm also trying out the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. It's my first time trying it in the water, so stay tuned for a review video on that camera, which I'll be posting eventually. And I'm doing a GoPro 13 versus Ace Pro 2 comparison to top it off. The group at this point, we split up into two. I beamlined to this really, really cool drop-off that I've been to 3 or 4 times in the past. It takes a little while for me to find it, but eventually we had success. One thing I noticed, the Ace Pro 2 does way better with the focal distance. I can get nice and close again. Anouk and I, we found the spot that we were looking for eventually. You can see here on a low tide, you can actually stand on that ledge and dive right down this wall. This wall is absolutely insane. Like anemones, like no tomorrow, everywhere you look. And this spot, you can see scallops upon scallops upon scallops, and I'm not even exaggerating. Little decorator crabs all over the wall. I don't think a square meter was left uncovered, and each square meter contained thousands of different types of life forms. Saw some rockfish too. This spot here was cool, little swim through, kind of a swim through, more like a little crevice that I can fit my body through. I wish I slowed it down a bit. That's my one regret on this dive. I know the window here is short, current can start ripping at any moment, so slowing it down isn't really an option, but I just got some like random clips, nothing really of substance, but I'm still happy with how this edit turned out overall. My first time doing a boat dive on Vancouver Island was in Porlier Pass. And I got home super excited to check the footage on my SD card, and the SD card wasn't suffice, and I ended up having a bunch of corrupted files. I was super bummed. Thankfully, all my footage turned out today, at least the shots I was looking for. Eventually the current started ripping to the point that we couldn't dive that well, so I did one more drop off a little old dock or old building of some sorts and found some bottles, but nothing I was going to take home. So we decided to cruise back and meet up with the rest of the group and continue exploring. My goal in this dive was to find some blue mussels. Blue mussels are one of my favorite meals out of the Pacific Northwest. The limit is 75 as opposed to the 25 limit for Californias. I find blues more on the east. I find the Californias more on the west. They're really, really tasty though, and I do a cook up later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. The one downside, trying to make mussel harvesting exciting on camera is a struggle, so if you have any tips or suggestions, let me know in the comments. Eventually I found my 75-ish. I was content and continued on freediving and exploring a side of Porlier that I have not seen in the past. Nothing really changed too much from that drop off. Still life left, right, and center. Beautiful colors all over the place. Unfortunately, on this dive, my breath hold was not cooperating. I was actually getting contractions on the way down, so I really only had like 15-20 seconds of exploring once I was at my desired depth. But oh well, is what it is. I think this would be a good spot to scuba dive as well. Every time I come here, my breath holds never cooperate. I think it's just the anxiety of knowing that the current could pick up any minute and your windows are extremely short. I found some fishing gear as well, not too much. You gotta wonder what the bottom of Porlier Pass would look like though. It's a really, really heavy spot for recreational fishing, and I know not many people scuba dive it due to the conditions, so I bet there's lure galore down at the bottom. Call me a nerd if you will, but sometimes when I'm diving, I'm looking around at the real estate and imagining if I was a fish where I'd be living, and I gotta tell you, this spot here is looking pretty comfortable. Just a shout out to the footage that you capture when you don't realize you're filming. Sometimes I forget to hit the cancel or end record button, and I look at my camera and I have 3 minutes of nothing, but might as well try to use some of the footage. It's getting late, it's 2:30. We hit that spot for a couple hours at least. We're gonna cruise across the passage here and try to dive one more. I hit it up, I think it was April that we came out here, and the visibility was like less than a meter, and dove down, went head first into an urchin. I don't think that's gonna happen today though. Visibility isn't great, but it's workable. Everybody's pretty cold and tired. I think this is gonna be a short one. I don't think we're gonna be in there very long, but be cool to see the structure. Now, full disclosure here, sometimes I say on camera, hey, I'm gonna dive here later on in the day, and the time comes and I really don't feel like getting in the water, but I try to hold myself accountable, and whenever I do jump in and I don't feel like it, I never regret it. But honestly, I was really tired and exhausted at this point, and I think I was at the beginning stages of my cold, so that might be part of the reason why. This spot is awesome. I can't wait to come back here on a really good visibility day. There's structure left, right, and center. I'd imagine this would be a good spot for lingcod, and the swim throughs here are remarkable, but unfortunately I was too cold to explore them. At this point in the dive, I was really cold, and it took me a while to warm up for that matter. I got home, cranked the heat, I was in the shower for like 20 minutes and I got out, and at that point my feet finally started to de-thaw. And sometimes I look at footage in the summer of my winter diving and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking going out in those conditions? But when you're in these moments, you're just surrounded by nature, friends, wildlife. Look at these beautiful sights that we're seeing right here. We're in the water to dive, that's part of the adventure, but it's the whole entire package that brings me back to the sport over and over again. And these days bring out the child in us as well. You can see everybody's smiles. Yeah, it's such an amazing time. Chemainus, every time I come here, I see a rainbow. I think I said that in my last video when I was at Chemainus too, it's hilarious. But this one, we were so close, we could almost touch the gold. I had some big ambitious plans to do a cool cookout, but I got kind of lazy. This was New Year's Eve. Kyle invited me and the family over, and we cooked up these oysters on a wok over the campfire. We used beer, butter, Old Bay, garlic powder, and some other miscellaneous ingredients. It turned out really good, and this would be an awesome recipe to bring along with me on a shore dive with my solo stove and cook them right up on the beach. I've been chasing an experience like this since I was at Lopez Island at the Eden Wild in 2022, I want to say, when I was invited out there. Cooking mussels on the fire in a wok, You can't beat it. It's my favorite way to consume seafood, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of these cookouts in the future. This was a short video. Hopefully I'm going to get a solid start in 2025 and dive a lot. If you enjoyed this one, peace and love. Give it a like. Thanks, everybody.